Hello, my darlings. Happy Saturday. I hope you're doing well. I am coming to you today with Saturday's inspiration from my garden under the olive tree. I was coming in here and I was here under the olive tree. I don't even know if there's a song like that, but that's what I was hearing. And I feel there's good reason about why I'm coming to you today from my garden, sitting down with my feet on the grass, grounding in. And the reason being is that there is a tremendous force of light gathering around the world, but gathering around specifically you as a light worker, starseed, spiritually advanced woman, because you're being called for more. You're being called to step out of your comfort zone and into the expansive self that you are, into your expansive reality. Now, what I want to say to you is that what I've seen with this higher frequencies that's coming into the planet is that it's kind of bringing in kind of two realities, two kind of tracks that are both kind of good. There's nothing good or bad per se. It just is. It's just like everything is for your highest good and highest purpose. And it's like, where's the opportunity? So what I've found is either people are having an absolutely amazing week where it feels in the flow, where everything seems to be coming together, where opportunities are coming in, and where you're kind of like getting it. Do you know, you're thinking, oh my God, now I get it. Oh my God, now I am just looking here at the beautiful white butterfly, which I think that's our sign, transformation, right? New beginnings, like that door opening, that feeling that it's like, oh my God, like my week, if I look back in my week, this is what I've always wanted. Like I have what I desire. The other track that some people are getting is unexpected challenges, dramas, losses, health issues, unexpected kind of health issues. And the reason that that is coming in is because the time, it is now time. It is, I know you'll hear this all the time, but it really is now time to really heal and release any karmic patterns that are holding you back. It's not waiting, right? I remember when I was in 2006, it was January 2006, I was like, okay, if I keep doing the same things, where is my life going to be in 10 years' time? And I was like, oh my God, I do not want, because, you know, if you keep doing the same things, you'll get the same results. I was like, I do not want to be living, I do not want to be having these results 10 years, in 10 years' time. And then I asked myself, what have I always talked about that I've never done? And it was to live in a French-speaking country, ideally France. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to focus or limit myself. I'm going to trust that the divine is going to give me whatever is for my highest good. But it's my condition is that that it needs to be in a French-speaking country. And within 9 months, I found myself in Brussels, and a couple of months later, I met Pierre-Alain. We started being friends, and then on the 7th of January 2007, we actually started dating. So it's like, oh my God. And from there, things have literally, you know, from that one thing that I had set the intention of, that I was like, I'm done with, what was I done with? It opened up so many different things. Here I am now with 3 beautiful children, living in France, okay? Finally, the dream became realized. And it's like, I co-created that with the universe. And I also took leaps. I also did the inner work. I called it in. I showed up. I talked the walk. And yes, there were kind of, let's say, growth periods, you know, curveballs that I see kind of like, oh, give me another, you know, ball of see where I can hit that. But, you know, I just kept rising into that higher trajectory. Okay. So this is what we're going through on a whole other level, okay? So what I want to say to you is that there is a unique opportunity for you, for everybody in this planet. But to be honest, I'm focusing on you, the people that are following me, the people that are on my list. There are people that are doing and have done the 12-day soul color ritual, the people who are in Divinely Prosper, doing great, bigger things. I really feel that my job, my divine assignment is to really support you and ensure that you're not staying in the mediocrity, and that you're witnessing and seeing that whatever track you're in, there's a possibility for you to really, really use the power of that energy and transform it into a higher reality, a higher consciousness. So with the energies of this week, and with the energies that this is really going to continue, and I'll explain why in a minute, into as far as April 2027. And what this is bringing up is it'll bring up feelings of kind of uneasiness, overwhelm, maybe feeling unsure, frustration, courage, bravery, feeling like that you're at this tipping point, and that and it can also mean as well that you've kind of got, you have this kind of indecisiveness, this knowing and not knowing, but this cusp, through it all, you're kind of feeling this cusp of something big, something greater, something that is beyond the mind, okay? And I'm here to reassure you that this is a great sign. This is an amazing sign, because the higher picture and the divine purpose, there's a divine purpose, is that actually what's happening now is that Chiron is now in Aries, right? So, and it's going to stay in Aries until 2027, okay? April 2027. And so what that is doing is it's bringing up any of the karmic patterns. It's bringing up and wanting to release the nyanyas, as I call them, wanting to release the untruths, right? The untruths, wanting to release lack, want to release you staying small, wanting to release wherever you're giving your power to that are not serving you for the highest good and highest purpose. It's really bringing all that to the surface. This is the donkey next door. There you go, the donkey next door. Oh my God, I love it. So, and also what's important to know is the higher picture is that this Chiron is going to be spending time in Aries for, guess what, 8 years and 1 month. And what is 8? 8 is associated with magenta, and it's associated with the divine feminine and divine masculine. And in February, we are really going to be seeing that, like, I'm feeling the shift. Even in the last probably 48 hours, I felt the shift for change. And it's balancing this divine feminine and divine masculine energies. It's also nourishing. It's also bringing together the practical and the spiritual energies, this unison, right? It's like, yes, I can have that and that and that. Yes, I can have it all without the struggle. I can, like, that unapologetic way, okay? Now, also what you need to know is that this is also going to be about putting you first. So putting your needs first. So the conditioning specifically for women is you to take care of everybody else, that you look after everybody else, and then if there's any time left, or if you're lucky at all, that you are going to put yourself first. And that is going to have to change, because that's the old paradigm and the old role modeling and identity that we have been given, because the truth is that the woman is being called to put herself first. And why is that? Because the woman in the house, when she is in her looking after herself, in her highest power, in her living out the fullness of her soul's potential, everybody benefits. Every single body benefits, right? So what I'm going to say to you is that this, the fact that we have Aries here, it's the first sign of the zodiac. So it's like, it's associated as well with the, with the fire, with leadership, with passion. And it's really, really connecting in. It's going to come for everyone to really start looking at your identity. Who are you? What's your identity? What do you identify with? What do you no longer identify with? Your identity as a soul. So this is what would be really important, is looking at your soul color personality. What is your soul color personality? Because that's the identity, that's the starting point of your soul. And I really feel it would be a very good time to kind of go back to look at, who am I on a soul level, okay? And if you don't know who you are on a soul level, then I'm going to put the link in these notes of the YouTube, and you can go and do your free soul color personality to make sure you know who you are on a soul level. Now, then the other thing to know is that this period that we're in for the next 8 years and 1 month is that it's really about, it's going to bring up your wounds. It's going to bring up any karmic patterns that really need to go, because they do not belong in this new world. They the things like, I'm not good enough. What are kind of other things would you have? Not good enough. I comparison, I should be someone else. It's not okay for me to do whatever it is. Am I fooling myself? It's really the self-criticism, the judgment. Because actually I saw something there. What is his name? His name is Phil something or other on Instagram. Phil, can't remember his name. He was talking about judgment, right? That his guides got him up in the morning to say that, to share this 2-minute bit of guidance. And it's like those of us, like the hardest on some level. What did he say? Let me just tune in there now and I get it right. It's something like, those of us that have this big heart, that love, that care, that actually we are the ones that have been judged the most. Judged by others, which is like a psychic attack that we can pick up on. And this comes back to In My Soul, into the Inner Wealth Activator money program that I have. That one of the in one of those activation videos, what came in is ill wishing, and how it actually affects your ability to stay in high vibe, to be abundant, and the importance of clearing that out. And so it kind of makes sense to go, oh my God, I can completely understand it. When you see it, this is the karmic thing as well. When you see it, then you actually, the power of it disappears, it dissipates, right? It's like, you have no more power over me, right? And so this is why we need to stop criticizing and judging ourselves, because we're doubling the power of any criticism or judgment that would be sent our way consciously or unconsciously, okay? So what I'm here to tell you is that this week and moving forwards for the next 8 years and 1 month, we're going to, whether you like it or not, you are going to have to let go of this 3D conditioning. putting your power outside of you, putting your, giving power and recognition to the intellect, to the mind, right? Making things happen. All of that is over. The power, and you're probably sensing it, which initially can be frustrating because it's a bit like, how? It's like, don't you worry about the how, because the how is God's business. The power is in the allowing. The power is in the receiving. The power is in the deeper divine truth. The power is, and the importance is, it's going to become even more important to be surrounded with a tribe of high frequency people. So in Divinely Prosper, we have this high frequency tribe of women where we love each other unconditionally and where we're there through thick and thin. So it's like there's no such thing in the Divinely Prosper reality as a problem, because there's always a solution, and we're just gathering, we're gathering around anybody that needs that extra support. And from that place, you literally are living life on a whole other frequency, right? So what happens as a result of that? You just feel that you can accomplish anything, that your wildest dreams are literally given. Okay, and I can see this. Look at this light that's kind of behind me. I mean, absolutely off the scale. So I was then asking, going, okay, in today's inspiration, what do you want me to tell them about, in addition? Because, it's just like sometimes you think, oh yeah, maybe it's too good to be true. And I find when I'm giving guidance that kind of comes in through my guides, I always like to pull a card because it confirms, or it really blows the mind of the viewer, of the people I'm working with, to say, oh my God, you couldn't make it up. So I want you to look at this light here, and I'm going to show you the card. So I pulled this card about maybe 2 hours ago, okay? This is the card, right? Now, do you see here? I see that light that we have, that light there, that's coming in my back, isn't it quite similar to these beautiful, amazing wishing flowers, I call them. I can't remember the name, but anyway, wishing flowers to me. But look at the butterfly. So we're in a very transformative time. And if you look at the color of this card, using this card, it's turquoise and there's white, right? There's white and there's kind of a beautiful, I don't know if you can see it, a beautiful kind of a yellowy, goldy color. Okay, now, what is the deeper message of the soul? Because color is the language of your soul. Is turquoise is associated with speaking your truth. It's about being in peace. It's about speaking your truth from your heart, and it's that connection from the heart into the soul, right? It's emotional. It can be emotional, right? It's associated with emotions. It's associated with the sea, that turquoise, beautiful sea. I mean, who can get stressed when you look and are surrounded by that turquoise sea? And it's about expansion, right? It's moving beyond what you can see into a whole other dimension. And the other day when I was at the beach with the kids, I was inspired to do this video of the edge. It's like, sometimes you're looking, I was at the edge of the water, and you can be looking at the edge of the water, but you don't see what's beyond in the sea, and the beauty and the expansion when you look around. And I really feel there's more there for you than you can currently see. This here is also saying that it's a time for making wishes. Make the wish, right? You can give yourself permission to have what you want. You are more than good enough. And then the white is about clearing, right? And it's funny, the card is willing to release. And this comes up with like, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You've got to be willing to get out of your own way. You've got to be willing to do things you haven't done before. You've got to be willing to step into a higher frequency and to move beyond the limits, move beyond the borders. Because to be honest, they're an illusion. And then you have this lovely, lovely kind of a golden, yellowy color. And so this is wealth. This is wisdom, higher wisdom. This is magic. And you can see, I can see that the energy is really moving. The magic wants to come to you, but you've got to let it in and you've got to receive it. Right? Now, look at the card. I'm going to read the card because, to be honest, I haven't had a chance to read the card itself. I'm just reading from what I see here and what I'm getting. Listen to this. I mean, I love it. I'm already just out reading the first line. Yielding to a divine plan, releasing attachment to form, especially if something isn't what you expected or wanted, leaving room for serendipity. Some days you have to let go of your struggle to find an answer and focus on other things for a while. This doesn't mean giving up altogether or losing anything. Remember that in our co-creative partnership with the divine, give and take is necessary. You do your part by setting your intentions and taking any necessary actions, but you must then surrender the form, the timing, and the how to the higher power, to your higher power. There is a divine plan for each of us. When acting on this faith, so faith is a big part actually. Faith, because Divinely Prosper is open only for the next 2 days. So midnight tomorrow is when the doors close, and I don't know when they'll open again. And I really, really feel that that this whole, and I'm going to share something in a minute about DP that came in, we'll say whole concept and reality of Divinely Prosper is really, really calling you as a light worker, as a change maker, as a higher frequency being to come and join and gather to change the world for yourself and for everybody else as a collective. Now listen to this. There is a divine plan for each of us, and when acting on this faith, so this faith, it requires, it's an initiation. This faith is part that happens with DP is that you've got to step into faith before you actually land into DP. It's like an initiation that happens. So acting in faith, you may find that your intense desire for something translates into a feeling of attachment and entitlement. Right now, can you immerse yourself in this experience and allow the divine plan to unfold as it will on your behalf without interference? Can you be open to receiving what is yours, even if it's not packaged in the form you thought you wanted? Perhaps if you look deeper, you will see that you've received the perfect vibrational match to your most authentic wants and needs. You have put in the work, defined your desires, felt them deeply, and engaged your higher power. Now you must let go and see what transpires. This isn't always easy. Impatience erodes the foundations of your trust in the divine. Surrendering truly will serve your highest good. Knowing this truth is in your heart. Can that really be so difficult? And the thing that came up for Divinely Prosper about what Divinely Prosper is, why you are watching this and are being invited in to really live this higher reality. It's this divine sisterhood, and it's come from Goddess Isis herself, right? In community that is based in equality, respect, healthy boundaries, and personal freedom, with a mutual desire for spiritual growth and honoring of innate wisdom, great miracles occur. You are a part of this community of light. At one time it existed only in the spiritual worlds, yet now it's being born on the earth. It is part of your destiny to help create and nurture a conscious community that empowers all of its members and is based on truth. Letting the divine feminine nourish you now in new relationships, collaborations, community, and friendship is very wise. There are many souls with whom you have spiritual contracts decided upon before you were born, who wish to help you and whom you can help too as you grow together in peace and light and wisdom. Your light has value on its own, of course, but it also of deep service when it's visible to others, lighting the way. You are guided to allow the beloved Isis to help you now through community. There can be strength in numbers. Community can help you gain the added power of group effort to rise above the old patterns and lift each other into the new patterns that are so much more real and beautiful. In unity with the divine in each other, we grow and we become capable of such wonders. So this is what you are being invited into in Divinely Prosper now. And here's the back, like I discussed, about why now? Why now? And then the other bonus of joining Divinely Prosper now and saying yes is that you will save yourself 460 euros, because the next time that I open up this, it's going to be 2,460 euros for the year. And the payment plan currently is 185. And I think then the next time I open up, it'll be 227 euros and 55 cents, because I'll be adding on VAT. This time I'm going to take the VAT myself and pay that VAT on your behalf. Whereas the next time it will be passed on to whoever is going to join. So look, the light is coming again in the rainbow. So if you really, really want to be part of Divinely Prosper for yourself, for the higher collective, and to avail of the abundance, I can guarantee you that your life will change for the better. And I am here to ensure that, because it's inevitable. It's absolutely inevitable. And I would love to have you and support you, and for us collectively to really, really experience this whole other level of abundance on every level. So I'm also going to put in the link to the Divinely Prosper and check it out and get your ticket to an amazing golden reality in the golden temple of Goddess Isis, because you deserve it. I'm sending you so much love. Take care. Bye.